Most people say they believe in one God, but very few actually stop and think about what that means. Not emotionally, not culturally, rationally. Because if God truly exists, then understanding his nature is the most important question you could ever ask. And if that understanding contains contradiction, everything built on top of it becomes unstable. So let's break it down carefully. What do we mean by God? Not a powerful being, not a spiritual force. The ultimate reality, the uncreated source of everything, independent, absolute, without limitation. Now ask yourself, can there be more than one ultimate being? At first, it sounds possible, until you examine it closely. Because if there are two gods, there must be something that distinguishes them. Otherwise, they are not two, they are one. So distinction is necessary, but distinction creates limitation, because each one becomes defined by what the other is not, and the moment limitation appears, you no longer have absolute divinity, you have dependent beings. Now think about power. Can two all-powerful beings coexist? If one can overpower the other, the weaker one is not all-powerful. If neither can overpower the other, both are limited. And if they always agree perfectly, then what makes them truly separate beings? The deeper you go, the more the idea collapses. Because ultimate authority cannot be shared. Reality itself requires one final source, one ultimate will. Otherwise, contradiction becomes possible. Now think about the universe. Everything operates through order, consistent laws, stable systems, precise balance. This level of coherence points toward unity, not competing absolutes, because multiple independent ultimate beings would introduce competing authority. But reality reflects harmony, one interconnected system, and systems like that point towards singular control. Now take it deeper. A true God must be independent, meaning everything depends on him, while he depends on nothing. But if there were multiple gods, their existence would relate to one another, which means none of them would be completely independent. Each would exist alongside the other. And coexistence introduces limitation, but the unlimited cannot be limited. So rationally, absolute monotheism becomes necessary. One God, not divided, not shared, not layered into multiple persons, just one ultimate reality. And this is what makes pure monotheism so powerful. It remains consistent, under examination. No contradictions to resolve, no paradoxes to maintain, just clarity. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people inherit their beliefs before they analyze them. Family, culture, environment. And once beliefs become emotionally attached to identity, questioning them feels dangerous. But truth should never fear questioning. If something is true, it survives scrutiny. In fact, the more deeply you examine truth, the clearer it becomes. And that's exactly what happens with monotheism. The more you break it down, the stronger it gets. Because simplicity here is not weakness. It's coherence. It aligns with logic, human intuition, and reality itself. One absolute creator. Everything else depending on him. Nothing equal to him. Nothing sharing his nature. And once you understand that, everything else begins to make sense. Purpose, accountability, worship. Because all of it flows naturally from one clear foundation, God is truly one, absolute, independent, without rival, without partner, without contradiction. And that clarity changes everything. If this changed your perspective, subscribe, because the next video might challenge how you understand reality itself.